Hello, my loves. Happy Saturday. We are talking about kiddos going back to school. Parents are rejoicing. Okay. The next month, it's going to be a lot of transitions, growth, challenges. We got this. It will be fine. Let's just plan ahead. If school has not started for your child, a week before, start getting them up early so they will kind of get in the groove. Know what to expect. Get them up, get them fed. Let's talk about that for a minute. Getting them up. You go in to get your kiddo up. They don't want to get up. Tell them you love them. Always. Every morning, tell them you love them. I don't care if that wasn't your love language growing up. I don't care if you never heard it growing up. Your child needs to hear those words at least 3 times a day. When you wake them up, when they go out the door, when you tuck them in at night, they need to hear the words. Don't tell me, we don't say that in our family. Start. Kids need that validation. They hear other kids' families saying it, and they wonder why theirs don't. It hurts their heart. Give them that. Tell them you love them. Show them as well, but tell them you love them. Give them a hug. Give them a kiss on the forehead. Tell them you love them. Now, you're in the process of getting them up. Congratulations, that's one challenge met. Get them fed. I do not mean a donut. I do not mean a Pop-Tart. Don't fill them up on sugar and send them to school. Give them a decent breakfast. On weekends, fix breakfast sandwiches ahead of time. You can buy them in the store if you can afford them. Buy them. You can nuke them. Because at least then they have bread, cheese, egg, and meat. Or if you're vegetarian, you don't have to get the ones with meat, of course. Feed your kid a decent breakfast. That's so important. You can't send the child to school filled with sugar because they're going to crash and burn after a couple of hours. Don't do that to your child. Don't set them up to fail. If your child's school has a meal program. A lot of kids have breakfast at school. That's wonderful. They have breakfast, they have lunch. That's terrific. So, if you can, please donate a little extra money to those kids that their families can't afford that privilege. And there's a lot of people out there, they can't afford to, have the child have the meal ticket. They just have to make do. Help them out. Okay, that's really, really important. But get your kid used to getting up, used to getting out the door. It'll make life easier when school does start. The first day of school, if it is pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade, mom's going to cry more than the kids. I have seen that. A lot of schools have already started. And I have talked to many parents who didn't realize it was going to be this hard. It's okay. It's fine. I know there were some moms, they just all got together out on the playground and waited for school to be out, for their kids to get out of pre-K and kindergarten, which was kind of cute. But it can be harder on the parent than it can on the kiddo. It's okay. Let them start making their own friends and having their own little lives. It's okay. You're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. For the older kids, peer pressure is going to start entering into things. The kids, they want to be part of the cool group. Pay attention to what your child is saying and not saying. If your child comes home in tears, runs to their room, maybe they've been in an altercation, their clothes are torn, their books are torn up, go in, be calm, sit with them, give them a hug. Hey, what's going on? Let's talk. You know you can talk to me about anything. Be your child's safe space. Always. Let them know they can come to you with anything, without fear of judgment, ridicule, punishment. Let them know they can talk to you. They can open up. I had that with my son. I mean, trust me, if he got in trouble, if he did something stupid, a bonehead move, he was going to hear about it. But if he came to me and said, Mama, we got to talk. There's a problem. He knew we were going to sit down right then. I'm dropping everything to sit down and talk to him. Hey, what's up? How can I help? because that's what we're supposed to do. Be your child's safe space. It may not be anything big to you. To them, it's huge. Maybe they call the teacher mommy and everybody's laughing at them. Maybe they have a lisp. Maybe they, button their coat wrong or their shirt wrong or who knows what. It's a big thing to them. Validate that. Let them know, hey, it's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. It's okay. We're going to get through this. And talk to them. If your child is bullied, take it seriously. Do not adopt the attitude of, oh, it happens to everybody. It's just part of growing up. No. No. If your child is being bullied, go to the teacher. Then go to the administration. Do not confront the child. Do not confront the child's parents. Go through proper channels. If it is really out of control, you may need to, contact the police. If it is online bullying, the same thing applies. Document it. Take photos. And if you need to contact the police, contact the police. These things are serious. You cannot laugh at this. You can't blow it off. If you have to pull your child out of school and homeschool your child, so be it. Because your child's safety, physical safety, mental and emotional safety are of the utmost importance. That's what counts. Okay? I cannot stress that enough. I have counseled so many families. I have consoled so many families whose child has taken their life because of online bullying. I don't want that for your child, and it happens. And you would think the child responsible for this feels remorse. No, they think it's funny because they had control and power over someone. They don't always feel remorse. And that goes back to what's going on in their family. So let's keep your child safe. Talk to your kids about, the games they play online. Talk to them about pedophiles, people pretending to be their friend. As soon as somebody says, hey, I want to be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, send me a picture, whether it's blowing them a kiss, pictures of their legs, their body, nude photos, anything, they need to tell you immediately. If somebody says, this is our secret, that's the first clue they need to tell mom and dad. Absolutely, because something's going on. If someone is offering to buy them free games, coins, tokens, money, gifts, they need to tell you immediately. I see a lot of bad things happening. I work with a lot of organizations dealing with child trafficking, sex trafficking. Bad things happen. And make sure your child knows to never, under any circumstance, meet any of these people without your being right there. Because just because somebody says they're the same age as your child, they're probably your age or older. I see it all the time. Let's just keep your kids safe and sound and happy. If your school offers an after-school program, please look into it. That can be a saving grace for working families. But make sure it is accredited. Don't just say, are you accredited? Ask to see the accreditation, to see that they meet all the state requirements and criteria. Make sure adults are going to be on site at all times, that the adults aren't just going to disappear and leave it, to a kid 16 and 17 years old or run it, because who knows what's going on. Make sure there is no smoking, there's no drinking, there's no drugs, that the kids are not allowed to leave the building. The kids are not allowed to leave the playground. Check on the security. Are there cameras? Are there guards? Find out. Keep your child safe. If you have to hire a babysitter, the same thing applies. Check them out. Make sure they don't have a criminal history. It matters. Make sure the person that says they're going to be watching your child is who is going to be watching your child. Ask if the daycare is accredited. Tell them, I'm going to check you out with the area police, the local police department, and do so. If they have had one complaint, find somebody else. One is one too many when your child's safety is at stake. Be smart, be safe. This is your baby we're talking about. We have to keep them in one piece. There is more to your child than their grades. If your child has studied for a spelling test and doesn't make 100, that's okay. They tried. Good try. We'll try it again next week. You're going to do better. You got this. It's okay. If they don't make the swim team, it's okay. You did your best. If they made the team, but they lost a meet, it's okay. You did your best. We can't win every time. It would be great if you can, but losing is just part of life. Learn to be a good sport, good sportsmanship, and how to be a gracious loser. Shake the other team's hand. Tell them they did a good job. Because next time, maybe you're going to be the winners, and you want the other team to congratulate you. It's very important. Make sure they have a good work ethic, that they work hard, they study hard, they have fun. They're a kid. There's more than just books. There's more than just sports. There has to be a good balance. But let them be a kid. Don't force your, I want to say don't live vicariously through your child. Maybe you wanted to be a scholar and your kid makes good grades. That's fine. But let them watch TV and have sleepovers and play with their friends. Maybe you wanted to be a great athlete and your child is very athletic, very gifted. That's fine. But there's more than practice, Let them be a kiddo. Let them enjoy life. Support them. Nurture them. Be there for them. Just be there. It's a fine line we walk as parents because you want to be their buddy, but you're their parent. So you're not their bestie. It's a fine line to walk, but you can do it. I did. I survived. My son and his wife are doing an outstanding job with my granddaughter. I talk to my son frequently, and I always tell him how proud I am of them. They are amazing parents. My granddaughter is 13. She's an athlete. She's in AP classes. Very bright young woman. But there's balance. She's still a kiddo. She's on the volleyball team. She spent all summer at volleyball camps. Her choice, not theirs, hers. That's how she wanted to spend her summer. She had a blast. I talked to her. She loved every minute of it. Okay, for my son, it was golf. He ate, drank, breathed golf. That was fine. He ended up with a golf scholarship. Who's to say what she's going to end up with? But let it be their choice. Don't push. Let it be their decision. As long as it's their decision, they're going to excel. Once you start pushing, they can start resenting it. They can learn to hate it. They can resent you. So find that balance. It's really important. Lastly, know your child's friends. Know who they're hanging out with. If somebody wants to have a sleepover, talk to the parents. Meet the parents. Meet them. If your child is having the sleepover, invite the parents to come in when they drop off the kids. Oh, come on in, sit down. You want a cup of coffee? You want a glass of tea? Let them see the house. Let them know it's a safe environment because you never know. Check it out. Be smart. This is your child. Be protective. I know a lot of families have helicopter parents. Well, don't hover too close. Let them be a kid. Let them enjoy life. Let them enjoy after-school programs. Let them be in scouting or whatever. Let them be kids. The last thing I want to say, and I think this is really important. In a lot of communities, they will have back-to-school drives to help families that are underprivileged get the backpacks and the crayons and the scissors and the notebooks and all that. Please contribute. Make donations. Make donations to the school for, different kids' lunch programs so that kids can eat. For some families, it's the only meal that child gets. Seriously, that is the only meal. Yep. And that's sad. So let's take care of our own, okay? Take care of everybody in your community. If they have a coat drive in the winter, please, I don't care if you go to Walmart, Target, TJ Maxx, whatever, and get coats on sale and donate them. Go through the closets and donate old coats and make sure they're in good repair and they're clean. Donate, because there are families that are in need, families that are underprivileged, families who have lost everything in a fire or a flood or a tornado. families who are stuck in family violence, domestic violence, and had to get out fast and had to leave everything behind. They need your help. Let's be there for them. Over holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, donate to the school drives, to the, where you donate a can of veggies or whatever. Do that. But also go to the school and ask, is there an underprivileged family that we can sponsor? And just find out who it is. Go to Walmart, the whatever grocery store you use, and get a gift card for $100, $200. And that will allow them to buy Thanksgiving dinner. Or, and I've done this several times, I have had, most of the grocery stores, you can order a Thanksgiving dinner. And I've had that delivered to people before. And you can do that. Let them know so that they know what to expect. And they don't have any food allergies. But that can be nice over Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah. So think about that. Give back. We're all part of a community. And I promise the last thing I'm going to say. I deal with a lot of victims. If you suspect a child or an adult is being physically, mentally, verbally, sexually abused, if they come to you and tell you something, if you see it, if you hear it, report it. I am a mandated reporter. Teachers are mandated reporters. Nurses, doctors, clergy are mandated reporters. We have to report it to the police. We have to report it to Child Protective Services. In my opinion, everybody is a mandated reporter. If you see it, you suspect it, you hear it, report it. Keep children safe. Okay? They're for the grace of God. You never know who you might know that is a victim of violence. So, just some things to think about.